Hello and welcome to episode 70 of Mysticast. I'm your host, Petra Davidson.
And I'm Justine Smith. This episode we'll hear from four-time Iditarod champion Lance Mackey and his journey through his life in Alaska.
We'll also take you through a tour of Ashby's Ice Cream and see what BSE students like in a new upgraded phone.
Stay tuned. This is Mysticast. Four-time Iditarod champion Lance Mackey traveled to North Dakota and visited with Bismarck State College students. He tells us how he got started in dog sledding.
I was driving a three-dog team when I was very young, coming up to teenage years and what have you. So by the time I was 14 years old, I was driving 10 dogs, 150 miles by myself, racing in kids' races, they call them. And so here we are today, pushing 50, still running in kids' races. They just happen to be about 1,000 miles.
You can check out his full interview on Mysticast YouTube page and his documentary, The Great Alone, available on DVD, Netflix, and Amazon Prime.
The weather is really starting to warm up, so do you know what that means, Justine?
Yes, ice cream.
You scream.
We all scream for ice cream. Oh, I could go for some cookie dough ice cream right now.
Well, here's an option if you'd like to stay local, but also get some gourmet ice cream at Ashby's.
On Mondays, you can get a waffle cone for $1.49, and on Fridays, you can buy one, get one free for any of the ice creams.
This year, both Samsung and Apple have presented their plans for phones moving forward. But what exactly are students looking for in a phone? Morgan Drake explains.
These days, it can start to feel like new phones are being released basically every minute, whether it's Apple or Samsung's yearly release schedules, or new players on the market like Huawei, Moto, or HTC releasing phones that seem to be defying what a phone really should be. So I started wondering, what makes students on this campus want to upgrade their phone? So let's find out.
So what's our news story about today?
This is about cell phones and why people upgrade them.
Ooh.
Well, what happened to it is it just wouldn't call anybody anymore.
I went from the Apple iPhone 6, which I had lots of problems with, to the iPhone 8.
No calling, no texting, no service. It just started to crap out because it's been with me for 5 years.
From an iPhone 7 to an iPhone 10.
I am upgrading to the Apple iPhone XR because of the picture quality it has.
Well, as a shark, of course, the phone wasn't waterproof, so it was just, I had issues keeping it above water,
Because I had the upgrade saved up and I'm like, oh, this phone's nice. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna get it, and I got it.
I had the 5C in blue, and just the battery didn't work because iPhones, Apple tends to do new updates, and that takes up more storage, so that dims down the battery level.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think even Apple said something about purposely slowing down phones so they can get more business.
Samsungs are just too hard to work, especially when you only have flippers. You need lots of buttons.
If you're in terms of security, go with Apple. If you want to worry about viruses and buying software, you get Android. With an Android phone.
See, it just doesn't, it's almost impossible, honestly.
Pretty much anybody that uses an Apple is a sheep, and yeah, don't support that business. They're horrible.
Apple is the best. Whoever tells you Samsung is wrong.
See? And it's just It's just so much easier to hold in your hand. It's waterproof, you know. I haven't had a problem with other fish friends trying to eat it.
If you're interested in upgrading your phone, keep an eye out for the next Mysticast when Morgan reviews the Razer Phone 2.
As the television market continues to shift, new generations of producers, reporters, and production students toured the Mystic Media Studio at BSC. Beulah High School students were able to test their new skills and speak to media advisors about what best fits their major. Kane Kaiser, a junior of Beulah, says he started making videos at age 7. Now he's decided to learn more professionally.
I guess that the thoughts that were running through my mind were, what to expect? What do I expect? How is this going to work out in the future, you know?
Kaiser says he plans to use the skills he learned in the studio to create better videos at home.
Coming up on Mysticast, we'll take you through a tour of New York City.
We'll also get to watch and judge a dad joke challenge.
You, don't go anywhere. This is Mysticast.
Bet you thought I was doing work, but I wasn't. I was acting. But I have something very important to tell you. Never go to college. It ruins your life. You spend thousands of dollars to get the dream job you've always wanted. And never get Hulu. With live sports, tons of TV shows and movies, it'll ruin cable forever. It's basically the college of TVs.
BSC's newspaper editors had an opportunity of a lifetime to travel to the Big Apple for the College Media Association Conference. They learned how to work with teams, sat in on workshops, and even took a tour to Sirius XM. Here's New York City from the view of Justine Smith.
40 ounces and a pack of ranch, sunflower seeds, 40 answers to the questions she's asking of me. What you doing later on? I got nowhere to be. No, yeah. Is my crew on? What are you on? We've been uptown, cruising in the Yukon. Got a couple girls on my living room futon, and they about to wake, so better get a move on. Better get some food on, cause when I'm hungry, I'm a prick. I ate a Snickers, but a Snick ain't doing. Argue over sushi or Italian for a bit, I say sake bombs. This is something we agree upon. Later on, Uber on to the bar. A hand full of cash and a brain full of stars. I'm more thrown than a food fight. Feeling too right. Margarita by the poolside. Wow, this is all I ever wanted in life. Yeah, this is all I ever wanted tonight. We sang 40 ounces and a pack of ranch, sunflower seeds, 40 answers to the question she's asking of me. What you doing later on? I got nowhere to be. No. Near the ocean, near the water, only good things, no piranha. Oh, the good days of the views I love ain't never been so clear. Near the ocean, near the water, only good things, no piranha. Oh, the good days of the views I love ain't never been so clear. Yeah, 40 ounces and a pack of ranch, sunflower seeds, 40 answers to the question she's asking of me. What you doing later on? I got nowhere to be. No. Yeah. Hey. Summer lovers, summer stay, summer ready to roam. Diving deeper through the days, whether rain or a storm. What you doing later on? I got nowhere to go. No.
BSC wrapped up the production of Heathers the Musical this past weekend. But a week before the opening night, Veronica and the Heathers made their way around campus to ask the students a tough question. Just like in the popular 1980s movie, Veronica and the Heathers asked BSC staff and students for their opinion during a lunchtime poll. The Heathers asked the question used in the movie and got a lot of answers. Most of the interviews were a success, while others weren't.
Oh my god, we can ask her. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god, hi. So, I have like a lunchtime poll for you. So like, aliens land on the earth, right? And like they say they're gonna blow it up in 2 days, but you just inherit $5 million. What do you do? Guys, why aren't she answering?
Such a pillowcase.
You're like so pretty.
The cast got some good publicity for the show and had a fun time in the process.
Okay, so like we've been like asking people the lunchtime poll all day, but like nobody has asked us. What, Heather, what would you do?
That's easy. I'd get my third nose job.
Well, I think I'd like buy a dog.
I think I'd go to Cancun and go on a shopping spree and get some new cars. I'd probably just like, end world hunger. Such a pillowcase. Oh my god.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Reporter Roger Marks and his close friend Tristan Hartle with the Dad Joke Challenge. Let's check it out.
We're gonna rock, paper, scissors for who goes first. Best out of 3 or
Just one.
Best out of 1.
Okay.
Shoot. 1, 2, 3, go. 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 Okay.
Okay.
So, what'd the elephant say to you when you were naked? I don't know.
How do you breathe through that little thing?
It's nice. Pun walks into a room, kills 10 people. Pun intended. I hate you. What do you call it when a lizard is too old to have sex with his wife?
I don't know.
Erectile dysfunction. It's nice. What do you call a hippie's wife?
Don't know.
Mrs. Hippie.
Nice. I like it. 10 out of 10. I deleted all the phone numbers of Germans in my phone. Now it's hands-free.
Oh no. God damn it. That one builds on you. Oh. Whew. What do you call a fish with no eyes?
That was bad. that was too cheesy. You know the one thing they don't tell you about shooting for the moon? That if you miss, you're gonna land on your anus.
What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a regularly dressed man on a bike? A tire.
You really are getting the cheesiest ones out of this, aren't you?
How many apples grow on a tree? All of them.
Wow. You learn something new every day.
5 out of 4 people admit they're bad with fractions.
It's like, in the beginning I was like, you fucked it up. That's all I got. You guys have to decide who wins. I want to know. Your class has to tell me who's better, the dad or the not dad.
All right.
We're done.
I don't know. I think Hartle won that challenge. What do you think?
That's a tough one, but I don't think dad jokes are very funny.
Well, that's it for this episode of Mysticast.
If you like this episode and want to see more, go to youtube.com/BSC Mysticast to check out any of our episodes any time of the day.
Thanks for watching.
This is Mysticast.